Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hanan Saeed. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always being here and supporting me. So today I'm just doing my makeup. Actually, I want to do some reels on Instagram, but I wanted you guys to just see how I do my makeup, and also I wanted to chat with you guys. So it's going to be like a get ready with me video. And yeah, I want to talk about love is blind, guys. Love is blind. Yeah, I want to talk about it because yeah, I feel like we haven't been talking for some time, and I want to like engage with you guys. So yeah, let's talk about love is blind while I do my makeup. Yeah, let's get to it, guys. So today I just did my brows actually because I can't like do my brows and talk at the same time, so I just decided to do it off camera. Yeah, now let's continue. So, Love is Blind season 4 is very interesting, guys. Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about every couple because the couples that we've been seeing, like their journey, are the ones who ended up getting married, and some of them like they just ended up being on the last top 4 or what, I don't know. Yeah, anyway guys, so those are the people I want to talk about because honestly the rest is just we haven't seen much about them, so I feel like I don't know much about them, so I'm not gonna like talk about them as much. Yeah, I like mixing foundations with concealer because I feel like it gives optimum results. Look at me using big words. Kwame, first of all, Kwame was in love with Micah. Before we even go anywhere, let's start there. Kwame was really like into Micah in the beginning, and I felt like there was more connection there than with Chelsea because I feel like Chelsea was into Kwame, but Kwame was not into Chelsea as much. And it's always like that, the person that you're into is never really into you. You get what I'm saying? It's not their fault though. So the person that you're really into, even in life actually, is not the person that will be into you the way you think. You get me? And it's normal. It's normal, guys. Honestly, I feel like Kwame liked Micah more than the way he was letting on. Micah was really into Paul, but he was like leading on Kwame. You get me? Up to there, are we together? Micah was getting along with Kwame, but she wasn't like really into Kwame as much as she was into Paul. And Paul was like, Paul just didn't want to be rejected, probably. That's why he went with, because he had another connection with another lady, and he really liked that lady, but turns out he felt much more interested with Micah more than the other lady. But I felt like Micah was really forcing the situation. So guys, I learned this technique from I don't know who, some girl in YouTube. So I'm going to use my hands. Yeah, I'm going to use my hands and just yeah. So Micah was not really into Kwame like that. And the only other connection she had was with Paul. So she decided to go with Paul, and Paul was like, why not? And yeah, they got together. So he proposed, did all the things, and they went to the honeymoon. Yeah. Now Kwame is devastated, doesn't know what to do, goes to Chelsea, goes back to Chelsea, tells Chelsea, I want to be with you and everything, tells her about what is happening behind the scenes, about being rejected and everything. And Chelsea takes him back. Like as usual, Chelsea is always into Kwame, and she's glad that Micah has dumped Kwame. She's actually very glad that Micah has dumped Kwame and she can have Kwame at long last. So they are together now, right? So they go to the honeymoon. So while they are in the honeymoon, the part where they meet each other for the first time. You try and see who the other couple is and what is happening. Just trying to see like who he was talking to in the pod, who actually made it, stuff like that. So they met Kwame and Micah in the honeymoon, and they were talking, and it just showed you how much like Kwame was into Micah. He was smitten, and they were talking and they were touching each other, and it was just a whole thing. And Chelsea was really mad. Chelsea was mad. Even her friends noticed, and they were telling her like, something must be happening between these two. You get my point? She becomes mad, and those are just those are just red flags. Those are just huge red flags that they were just avoiding, right? Anyway, after all that happened and they solved the situation, comes the wedding. Now, before the wedding, Kwame calls his mom and tells his mom, I'm getting married and this is an experiment and stuff like that. But because Kwame's mom is Nigerian, he just wanted his son to be with a Nigerian lady. And he was like, you're rushing into situations and stuff like that. And Kwame is like, I just want your support and everything. And the mom was like, I'm not supporting this. I'm not supporting anything of the sort. Get what I'm saying? Again, I'm using my hands because I feel like just it gives me a better finish. Kwame is like concerned, and he's like, how am I gonna get married and my mom is not gonna be around? It became a whole thing. So Chelsea is like asking him, like, can you marry me? Like, can you marry me without your mom's permission? Can you still be with me? And he's like, I don't know. When the wedding day reached, Kwame's brother and sister came and saw him, and they were just like, your mom is gonna be supportive. At the end of the day, she'll just be your mom. Just do what makes you happy. We are here to support you. We've talked to the dad, and the dad is really like very happy about it, and he wants you to be happy also. Just trying to reassure him that you're making the right decision, and it shouldn't be just because of your mother that you don't want to marry Chelsea and everything. So I think it's the sister and the brother who actually pushed him to get married. You get my point? I think they pushed Kwame to be like I do, but I feel like he was really questioning the whole getting married thing. Ask you me, if the family was not there, he would not have accepted marrying Chelsea. But yeah, the family was like, we don't want to be embarrassed and stuff like that. We are here to support you. And her sister even walked him down the aisle. And yeah, it was pretty much giving the whole ceremony. And he ended up saying I do to Chelsea, and Chelsea was just so happy. And I knew Chelsea was just going to say yes. I just knew it. And Kwame said yes. And yeah, so let's go to the next couple. I feel like I've talked so much about Chelsea and Kwame. Let's go to Marshall and Jackie. This one is just very interesting. It's the most interesting of all, actually. In the pause, they were really like so close, and they were really together. You get my point? And there was just chemistry, because Marshall was like, I get to be myself, I get to open up, I get to be my true self. And Marshall is such a sweetheart. He's so open and honest, and he's just he wears his emotions on his sleeve. You get me? He can cry without thinking that he's doing the wrong things. And even being raised in a black family is tough. When you're a man and you cry and you're just showing all the emotions, of course your parents will be like questioning you get me? They'll be like, you are a man, be a man and everything like that. So him growing up, he was just being belittled here and there, and I get why, because he's just an emotional guy, and he shouldn't be made to be like that. You get me? So they get out of the honeymoon stage with Jackie. And Jackie, she was questioning it, I'm sure, but she wasn't like really making it like visible, like she doesn't want to be with Marshall. So Marshall, there's this time that made me like question. Marshall was like, do you want to like sleep with me before marriage or after marriage? And she was like, why would I wait till marriage? Let's just get it over with right now, and yeah, let's just do it. And Marshall was like, okay, we're just going with your pace and everything. And I think they actually did it. When they just got intimate, I'm sure that's when everything changed, because Jackie became a changed woman. She was not feeling Marshall the way she felt Marshall before. So probably the sex wasn't great, or whatever she was expecting out of the sex was not giving. You get me? It's not even about his looks. I felt like even his looks were okay, but the only thing that made Jackie not like him was because he wasn't that good in bed, and he was not doing what Jackie wanted. And Jackie wanted an aggressive man in bed. And he was like, Jackie was like telling him to be a man, and Marshall is like, how do you want me to be a man? Am I not man enough for you? That's where she went wrong. You can't tell him that you're not a man just because he's not aggressive. Maybe that's how he's used to having sex. And you can't do that to a man. You can't like belittle a man's manhood. So she told Marshall that, you need to be more of a man, be more aggressive. This is how I want to be like in bed, which I get. Everybody has their own needs, but you can communicate it in a different way. But the fact that you're just throwing tantrums, you're telling him how much you're in problems, how much you're going through shit, how much and stuff like that, and Marshall is always there for you. And I feel like Jackie just did Marshall wrong, and point blank period. If someone is against that, you just let me know. But I feel like Marshall was just being himself, and you can't tell someone to be any different. If that's how he is, that's how he is. You can't tell him at all now because this is what I want, you're not man enough. That was very selfish of Jackie, actually. Not gonna lie. Jackie even ended up not going to the bridal feat. She went to meet the other ex-boyfriend. The ex-boyfriend, they met in the pods, and they even kissed. Let me tell you, before even telling Marshall it's over, she went and talked to the other dude. They got together and everything. The guy was like, I'm in and everything. The guy was like, okay, let's do this. We're going to do this together. But Jackie was like, I'm not ready to be married yet. I've never really believed in marriage. So what we're going to do is just be together, and we'll see what will happen later. And the guy was like, cool. And then the guy asked him, have you told this to Marshall? And she was like, no, he doesn't even know if I am here. How sad, how sad. How can you just do that to someone you love? And then later on, Marshall goes to the house, and Marshall was like, you know what? After After they talked and everything, I was like, I'll just give you back my ring because I don't feel like you deserve it. And you know what? The girl said, no, I'm not giving you your ring back because I'm gonna keep it because what we had was real and everything. Dude, you can do all that and still keep someone's ring? That's fucked up. Oh my god, this girl needs therapy. She doesn't even need to be in this love is blind thing. She needed to be in therapy and just work on herself and her growth. Because what she was just really, she said all the wrong things, man. Anyway guys, what I'm trying to say is sometimes love is not blind. Zach and Bliss, I feel like Zach really cried when they broke up with Bliss for Irina. And I knew Irina is very toxic. When she went to ask Bliss for the ingredients of the cupcake, and Bliss was like, I am not gonna engage with this woman. I am not. Turns out this girl is just very toxic. She needed a lot of help, that one, honestly. She's very toxic. As toxic as they come. And her and this girl, what's her name? And Micah, those two are just devils. I didn't like them. They were just happy when other people were suffering, Yeah, she was so happy actually when Zach, Irina was so happy when Zach proposed because she knew what she was doing. How sad is that? Irina got proposed to by Zach. After getting the proposal, they went to the honeymoon and Zach realized she's not the one. And Zach did not even be quiet about it. Zach told her, this can't work because me and you, we're just two different people and you want very different things. And we realized that I am not really compatible with you like that because Irina did not want to be touched by Zach. She did not want to be around Zach like that. They were even putting pillows. That's so sad. So after breaking the engagement and everything, the guy went back to Seattle and they met with Bliss. And I feel like they had a connection with Bliss actually. But Irina did mess it up. They met and they talked. They go back together. He proposed again. And then after proposing, they met his mom and his dad. And this is where it gets weird. His dad was really like questioning the whole situation with Zach. And he was like, which I understand. That's just fatherly concern. You can't just be with someone that you just met the other week and now you want to marry them. And the mom was like really supportive actually. Bliss's mom was really supportive, but the dad wasn't supportive at all. And they just were asking like, are you sure? Bliss was like, I'm sure, I want to be with him and everything. And yeah, their love conquered everything, guys, because they ended up getting married. And I did not believe that. I thought maybe they needed time to like, just explore their relationship, explore their love after being left for another woman. Of course, there's a lot to question there, but Bliss was just really so sure about it. Now they are married, guys. They are married. Anyway, guys, let me just do my lashes off camera and then I'm gonna come back. I did my eyelashes off camera, so I just want to do my lips. I'm doing a red lip today. I love a red lip. I love a good red lip. It's beautiful. Hmm? It's just beautiful. So guys, that's the look. Let me continue now because I'm done with the makeup. Micah and Paul. Yeah. So Micah and Paul, they were just, it was like a very long slow burn. It's like a book that you just know how it's gonna end up, but the way it's taking so long, it gets boring. It was like a whole snooze fest. I'm sure Paul did not like her the way she expected to be liked by Paul or to be loved. And on the other hand, Micah was really trying to force something that was not there. They were together up till the end, and then afterwards, when it came to saying I do, Paul was like, I don't think we are there yet. So yeah, because Micah wanted to be married to Paul, but Paul was like, it's not giving. So that's how it ended. Brett and Tiffany were my best couples. I love them. They just showed up for each other in the most epic way possible. Tiffany was embodying this feminine energy, and Brett was embodying masculine energy, and it was just like a dance. They got each other. They loved each other because Brett just wanted to feel the love. Brett just wanted to be loved and to be worried about and to be concerned about. And Tiffany just wanted a man to show up for her, to be there for her. And that's what Brett was. So that is just, it's an epic way to show how masculine and feminine energy can coexist together. You get my point? Yeah, so I just love it. I just love that for them. Yeah, and that's my favorite couple. Anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Remember to subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Remember to subscribe.